Wow, I should really change those thumbnails. Those are from very old videos. I should update that sometime. Oh. Hello everybody, SkyWarped33 here, and today I'm going to be showing you my brand new BurnTrap, or BurnTrap, I don't know. Apparently that's his name in the game files, is BurnTrap. I kind of like how Burnt Trap sounds, but also I've heard some people say Scorch Trap sounds better because it starts with an S, similar to Spring Trap or Scrap Trap, but then like Glitch Trap kind of throws off that anyway, so it's like I don't really know what to call him. So I'm either going to call him Spring Trap or Burnt Trap for now at least, until the community officially starts yelling at people for using the wrong name or something, I don't know. But yeah, so Security Breach came out recently, and surprise, surprise, Springtrap's back in the game. And I decided to make a brand new head of Springtrap after the brand new design, which personally, I think the design of BurnTrap in Security Breach is actually a really cool Springtrap design. I liked it quite a bit. For some reason, I thought he was more on like the super dark purple or like just fully like shadow black kind of colors. But then like I looked at the game files and like the model of him, and he is actually still green. It's just the room he appears in is really dark and only lit with purple lighting, which is kind of funny. So he actually does have a bit of green and red to his in-game model, but for some reason in the cutscene and everything he just looks like he's fully purple, which, I mean, it's a pretty cool cutscene, I have to admit. But that aside, let's get into some close-up details on this guy. Here he is. I think I did a pretty great job personally on this dude in general. As you can see, he's got very large eyes that stick out. They both light up. I'll show you that in just a minute. I went for a similar nose shape to my previous Springtrap design there, but I tried to get this guy as close to the actual in-game model as possible, and I think I hit it pretty well. Here is his gross human mouth that's all like burned up and like horrific and stuff. As you can see on the top of his mouth, it's kind of hard to get there, I actually put like some bumps and ridges on the top of his mouth, and in the bottom of his mouth he has a little tongue and some more gross ridges and stuff. The teeth were quite fun to make out of foam, and yeah, so basically this whole guy is made out of EVA foam, but for the gross fleshy bits I covered it in hot glue and then painted it to look like horrific burnt flesh. It's great. So his ears are pretty cool. This one I like quite a bit. It's got some wires hanging off the side of it. It kind of sticks out of the flesh part more than the costume part, which I thought was cool. The other ear, same kind of deal. It comes directly out of the fleshy section, which in the model it's got some like this like gross pattern all around it. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but it is a slightly different color. It's almost like a star kind of pattern with like gross veiny areas kind of coming out of it. And yeah, so this other ear is actually pretty cool. It's made out of popsicle sticks and some other wooden pieces, and then some EVA foam for the ear bits, and then I had some extra wire that kind of ended up looking pretty close to how the actual wire looks on the character's model. On the back here, he actually has these like little metal bars that connect like the tiny bit of remaining Springtrap costume on him on several areas. So there, 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 and then he's got like, I think these would have held on the bottom jaw of the animatronic side of things. That's my best guess what these are for, because there's one on both sides. And yeah, so that's a pretty close-up look on the guy. Here he is with his eyeballs on. Ta-da! As you can see, I went with yellow, mainly because that's just the color I had on hand, and I wanted to make this guy as fast as possible. But with the yellow eyes, it still kind of matches the eyes that I put on my other Springtrap, and no one seemed to complain about him having yellow eyes instead of purple. But also, with like how I make my YouTube videos and like my horror shorts and music videos and stuff, I can easily change this color to purple in post. It's not that hard. I think it's really creepy in person with like the yellow glowing eyes, but if I'm gonna make it like a scene recreation of like him coming out of the like cryopod thing, obviously I'm gonna change his color or his eye color to purple, so it's not really that big of a deal. Here it is in the dark. It's way spookier. And yeah, so real quick before I get into some comparisons with this guy, I'm gonna show you what he looks like compared to my other Springtrap head and a couple other characters. I just wanted to let you all know that this video is technically not sponsored by anybody, but I have officially launched my own merch store. As you can see, I'm rocking the, as I call it, static white dark logo hoodie. It's a unisex hoodie and it comes in quite a few different colors, and there's even a variation where it has the light channel logo on it instead of the dark one. It's even got a cool little pattern on the back. I tried to make the items as affordable as possible, so we've got a lot of things ranging from unisex hoodies, zip-up hoodies, joggers, stickers, 2 different types of masks, and a mug! Now there's a link to the store at the top of my Linktree page. Feel free to give it a visit, even if you're not planning on buying anything. I just think it's really cool that I'm able to do this now. I've never done anything on this scale before, so I'm really curious on how it's going to turn out. This is more of like an experiment to see if you guys even want any merch in the future. So for the time being, I'm just doing a quick little launch of this kind of minimalistic style of merch. But if it does well enough, I might be able to hire an artist in the future to actually do some like t-shirt designs and like some actual artwork and stuff like that. So yeah, if you decide to buy some, that's awesome. I'll always retweet it if you guys send me you wearing some of my merchandise on Twitter. It's pretty cool that I'm able to do this, and I am super grateful for you guys. Here's me wearing his head now. As you can see, it works pretty well. I can open and close his mouth pretty easily. And I think he turned out fantastic. Now, one thing I did not show you guys yet is how I get the mask on. So, as you can see, this is a pretty small hole for my ginormous head to be able to fit into. Don't take that out of context. So I had to get a little bit creative on how to be able to wear this. So, get your bingo cards ready, everybody. The back comes off because of magnets. So yeah, there is a bit of stretchy fabric right here that holds on this back section, and then I put 3 magnets on both sides that sort of just snap it together like so. Ta-da! So I'm able to pop it on quite easily by opening it up, shoving my face in there, and then it pops back together, covering up the seams. I'm actually quite happy with the seams on this. It's relatively hard to see them. You can see them on the fabric section, mainly just because that's kind of hard to cover up. But with the fleshy areas, I actually took some hot glue, put it on a metal ruler, and then I peeled it off, and I was able to use that to make like a bit of an overhang piece. As you can see, right there, you can see it kind of overhangs. And that covers up this really flat line here and makes it a lot more difficult to see where the seams are. And I did that around the entire area where the seam is. So you can see it start here, it goes up, you can see the seam there. Can't really see it here, but then it cuts across through here, goes across the back, and then goes down and around. And like this whole area, you can't really even see the seam, but it's there. And I'm quite proud of that actually. Now, because I know somebody's gonna ask, here's what it looks like on my old Springtrap body. Ugh. There it goes. Oh, you guys can't see it. There it is. Here's a bit closer look at it. As you can kind of tell, it works a little bit with the old Springtrap body, but because of BurnTrap's design, this doesn't work as well, so I'm not fully sure if I'm going to be making a brand new full body costume for him, or if instead of doing that, I might just do what I've done in the past for some characters and make a custom like figurine of the character that I can stop motion animate, remove the toy head, and then put on the detailed head in post, like I've done for some of my other horror shorts. I'm using Ballora here because this is the closest one I had on hand, but you guys kind of get the idea. I'm still not fully sure if I'm going to be doing that or making a full costume. I didn't want to spend like a couple months working on them, so I'm thinking I'm leaning towards the action figure idea for now. I'm not saying that I won't eventually make a Springtrap full suit for like the BurnTrap version of him, but I think just for time, I might just make the action figure body. And that is mainly due to the fact that I also want to make all of the Glamrock animatronics, and I'm thinking I might even try to make Glamrock Freddy as a full costume as well. So trying to make several full costumes at the same time would be a little bit too difficult, so I think I'm going to make masks of all the characters and then maybe make a full body suit for Glamrock Freddy, and then the rest either be action figures or something. I'll kind of figure that when I get to it. So we'll go from there. Alright, and here is a quick comparison with my old Springtrap head and the new BurnTrap. As you can see, BurnTrap is about as small as I could possibly make him because I wanted the gross human skull bit to be like smaller than the rest of him and not make his head look absolutely ginormous. So that's why Springtrap from before looked a little bit larger than him, even though they're basically the same size, to be honest. It's just Springtrap has a lower jaw and BurnTrap does not. So other than that, they're like the exact same size. The ears are just oriented slightly differently. So yeah. Now the only other character I really want to compare him to is my Into the Pit Spring Bonnie that I made, mainly just for the fact that I kind of used the same technique that I did for the gross flesh on this guy for the interior part of the monster mouth on this dude. And yeah, you can kind of see that they are surprisingly similar because of the gross fleshy under part of the character, which is kind of fun. But yeah, I think that's going to wrap it up for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this in-depth look at my BurnTrap mask. Like I said, I'm going to be making a bunch more Five Nights at Freddy's related content in the close future. I do plan on using this guy in a horror short / scene recreation. And yes, I am going to be making a new Five Nights at Freddy's music video. So stay tuned for that. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and if you want to go the extra mile, follow me on Twitch. I build stuff on there, and sometimes I play video games.
He's trying to take control of me. I do not.
Oh! We did it! Holy cow! Oh, guys!
What is that thing?
We made it into his mouth. Guys, we made it into Springtrap's room.
If you want to see my past live streams, I do have a gaming channel that I re-upload them kind of as like an archive channel. And you can see my entire playthrough of Fnaf Security Breach over on that gaming channel. And yeah, stay tuned for the other characters, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye now!